is Lahad from the Women and Gender Studies program from Tel Aviv University. My course on global families picks up on recent theoretical developments in studies of family life and family formations. It introduces and analyzes some of the key themes, preoccupations, and debates that have preoccupied the studies of family life in the last decade. The tone of the course is highly analytical, and together with the students, I wish to view family life not as an objective category, but as a subjective one, which is a product, the family, a product of countless representations and actions. In this manner, following David Morgan's suggestion, David Morgan is a family sociologist from Manchester, to view family not as a noun but as an adjective, and accordingly examine this notion as a set of practices and ideas we have about kinship, intergenerational relations, blood relations, parenthood, and marriage. Another interesting suggestion David Morgan offers us is to think also about families and not about the family, which means we do not merely replicate the notion of the ideal family, which is usually considered as a heterosexual, middle-class white family. One of the core assumptions of this course assumes that globalization enables us to re-examine the seemingly stable and essentialized category of the family. In our transnational era, the boundaries of the family are constantly stretched and negotiated. Investigating phenomena such as transnational adoption and surrogacy introduces a new set of issues. For example, who and what makes a family? How are familial relationships done and performed? And what happens to familiar models of biological and kin relations? What happens to the power of blood relations and the symbol of blood relations, and genetics, of course? And how do families attempt to compensate for this absence or lack, or alternatively recognize the potential for new definitions of families and self-making? We also discuss another interesting subject we discuss in this course is transnational parenthood. We ask what happens to the idea of the family in times in which mothers and fathers are looking for work across the globe, and many mothers and fathers actually become long-distance parents. How is this migration gendered? This, of course, leads to another set of questions which Barbara Enreich and Ariel Hochschild in the wonderful book discuss, the book called The Global Woman, of course, discuss how bodies, emotions, and care are exchanged and commodified, and what they have interestingly termed as the globalized care work chains. So to sum up, this class will attempt to rethink concepts such as the ideal family, near families, queering the family, what does it mean, at what costs, kin and blood relations, during families, care, love, parenthood, and how they are reinterpreted and reimagined in our global era.